This video is brought to you by John Robson Guitar Tuition. If you enjoy the content, please consider supporting the channel by enrolling on a course, purchasing some guitar lessons or a t-shirt, or you can join my Patreon. Now, on with the show. Hello chaps, welcome once again to John Robson Guitar Tuition. As always, I do hope you're well. Now then, the more astute and observant amongst you may have noticed that there is a guitar that used to be hanging on the back wall, if I just move my head, that isn't there anymore. In the space where you can see that twin humbucker artist TC59 Telecaster there used to be a Sire Larry Carlton S7, essentially a HSS Strat style guitar. And much as I love playing that guitar, I'm just not in love with the sound of Strats these days. I like it when, don't get me wrong, I like listening to Knopfler and all the kind of great Strat guys, but it's just not a sound I like to use these days. So it wasn't getting used. And one of my friends, a chap in the Netherlands called Edwin, had a Sire L7 Larry Carlton, basically the Les Paul one in the Sire lineup. And he had a hankering for the Strat style guitar. I had a hankering for the Les Paul style guitar, so I think you can see where we're going here. A swap was arranged. The new guitar, the L7, is in this box here. So let's get unboxing.
Go on, lad. Way out.
And here we are. This is just going to be a first impressions kind of brief run through of it. I'll do the full sort of deep dive review and everything as usual on Sunday. So first impressions out of the box. It was almost but not quite in tune. And yeah, really liking the neck so far. I've just been having a little bit of a noodle before I started shooting this part of the video. Yeah, beautiful satin finish on the back of the neck. It's sort of similar but better, I think, than that Epiphone 59 Les Paul. That, although it was a satin finish, aged gloss I think they called it, it still had something of a plasticky feel to it. This is, you can tell it's a poly finish, but it's much more silky and smooth and just feels more satin like, really. So let's have a quick listen to some of the sounds it makes. At the moment I am plugged into the Blue Guitar Amp 1 Mercury Edition on the Vintage channel, which gives me a rather pleasing plexi-like tone. That is very much my go-to sound these days. And on the bridge pickup with the volume control wound right the way up, this is the kind of sound we're getting. Indeed. It's perhaps a little bit brighter than my actual Gibson Les Paul, the Les Paul tribute that I've got, but in a nice way. This, how sometimes people say a Les Paul is kind of like a Telecaster on steroids. This first impressions are that it does have a little bit more that kind of telly twang to it. Let's check out the neck pickup. And I'm just going to see now how winding the guitar's volume back fares. That is the way I like to try and get a clean tone, just by setting a sort of slightly gritty sound like you've been hearing there, and winding the guitar's volume back. So let's have a listen. Yeah, volume controls that work across the full range. That's something that increasingly these days I value very highly. You know, I've had a few guitars that have sounded absolutely, you know, kind of sublime with everything on full, and then you wind it back and it just turns to this soupy kind of muddy kind of sound. But this is very much, you know, I'm liking this already. Whether, you know, well, there will be a comparison coming up between this and the Gibson inevitably at some point, but you know, we shall. I'll keep that on the back burner for now. But yeah, I mean, just looking at the guitar, I think it's a stunning looking thing, isn't it? You know, it's got that sort of, on the front of the guitar there, it's got that sort of dipped in molten glass kind of glossy look, but where it's important to kind of feel like kind of, you know, smooth and silky and kind of satin, it's on the back of the neck, it does that as well. As I say, full review coming on Sunday. Well, we'll do neck profile and run through a bunch of specs and everything. This is just very much, you know, the equivalent when you go into a guitar shop and you're trying out a guitar and just getting a general feel for it. You know, you're not really thinking about, you know, what is the DC resistance of the pickups and, you know, and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I think, I mean, like every Sire guitar I've played, you know, you would think this was, you know, came with a 4-figure price tag, essentially because it was like, you know, just a straight swap. I'll have to do some number crunching to work out what it is that, in terms of monetary value, I've got here. But yeah, I'm really, really enjoying this already. Action is absolutely, you know, well, I'm going to say ridiculously low. Let's kind of give you some numbers to look at. I'm going to say that is a 1.5mm action on the 6th string at the 12th fret. You know, low, slinky, effortless to play. And you know the deal with these Sire guitars with their old fretboard edges. You know, a very, very comfortable playing experience indeed. And as you've heard there, the tones are, well, they're Les Paul tones, basically, aren't they? It's, you know, if you didn't see that part of the guitar and you saw, if you were just looking at this, you think, yeah, that's probably going to sound like a Les Paul, and it does. You know, so there it is. That is my first impression of the Sire Larry Carlton. Oh, I tell you what, we've not heard it with any kind of degree of gain on it yet, have we? So I'm going to stomp on the I think this is the right button, yeah, the new Horseman pedal, along with the plexi sound coming from the blue guitar amp. Let's hear what that sort of combination sounds like. So hit the pedal, mute the room mic. It gets the job done, doesn't it? What a lovely guitar, yeah. Going to be having some fun with this one, but that is the video for today, folks. As I say, come Sunday, there's going to be the usual kind of shakedown of the guitar, putting it into a mix, finished track, that kind of thing, and we'll look at things like neck profile, pickup resistance, nut width, how much it weighs, all of that usual sort of stuff that is kind of de rigueur nowadays for a YouTube guitar review. But as I say, this is just a this was just a first impressions video, and that is where we're going to leave it for today. Hope you've enjoyed the video and found it entertaining and informative in some small way, and if that's the case, please hit the subscribe button and the notification bell if you haven't already done so, and why not drop me a like as well while you're at it. Don't forget the live stream every Friday 5 PM UK time, where we drink beer and talk about music and guitars. What a great way to kick off the weekend, I hear you say. Great fun. I'd love to see you there if you can make it. But for now, I'll bid you all a good day and say thank you so much for your time. Thank you for watching. Look after yourselves, folks. Stay well, stay safe, and above all, stay sane. Bye for now.